Hello, and welcome back to Big Finish Fridays. Today we'll be looking at the third story in the Only the Good series, being The Skyman. So let's begin. The story starts in the Master's TARDIS, and Cole has joined him as his companion. They're discussing how Cole is an impossible thing, and that they couldn't save our king due to apparent restrictions by the Time Lords. This is where Cole says that he will do it. He will try and save a world from destruction. So the Master obliges, and brings up a hologram of all the nearby worlds that are close to death. He picks one out of the hundreds, and they set off for adventure. After the credits, they land on the planet, exiting to fresh air and country fields. Some locals show up, and one introduces himself as Anvar, and the Master goes off to start a vineyard, while Cole, on the other hand, goes with Anvar to his farmhouse. He sits down for some tea, and we're introduced to Anvar's daughter, Elide. They tuck into some bread with horrible jam and discuss why Cole's there, and how mad it all is. Then we cut to the Master laughing at how Cole told Elide he has no idea how he'll save them all. He actually seems at peace in the vineyard, relaxing from the Time War. Then we go to Cole fixing the farm's water pump, which has apparently been broken for hundreds of years. Cole shows that his engineering skills are subpar at best, so Elide steps up and puts a bit of muscle into it. She reveals that long ago their ancestors noticed the Time War happening above them, so retreated into a more primitive society to almost cloak themselves from the conflict. Cole then finishes his work, which goes completely wrong as the pump just sprays him in the face. We go back to Cole and the Master, who've just discussed the previous events, and the Master is beginning to understand how winemaking works a lot better, patience being the key ingredient. He prompts Cole to try a grape, and it's absolutely awful. The Master explains that they're not ready yet, that the delicate process for winemaking is not yet over, and the grapes will be ready soon. Cole continues to help out around the farm, fixing things left and right. One such thing is a bridge that upsets one of the shepherds, Goriv. According to Anvar, the bridge has always been broken, meaning Goriv had to find difficult ways around it, like going straight through the river. Apparently Cole repairing it is like telling him he's a bad shepherd. Making his job easier is like telling him he's too old. We then go to Cole, who's now alone drinking wine. Elide comes up the hill and sits with him, taking his drink. He begins to vent to Elide, saying that he's fixed a bridge and a water pump, and everyone hates him for it. But she tells them that apparently after seeing the bridge, she found Goriv dancing around on top of it. Then their conversation is cut short by lovely lights in the sky. Lights that are moving around. Cole rushes Elide back to the farm when he shouts to get down, as we hear crashing behind them. We go to Cole and the Master, and it turns out that the falling lights were just debris, or some spent ordnance, the Master reckons, and nothing at all to worry about. Then they have a toast with some stolen wine, toasting to the world not ending. We return to the farm and all the sheep are sick. Anvar immediately asks Cole if he might have poisoned them, something he obviously denies. The first signs of something being completely wrong. We go to Cole and Elide. Apparently everyone is sick, with something Elide's never seen before, everyone including Goriv and Anvar. But it's not just the people that are sick. The plants aren't blooming either. They go to see Anvar and he reckons that the Time War has caught up with them. Cole says that since the warring forces use time as a weapon and a fuel source, then maybe what's infecting them all is temporal decay. The whole world is dying, the people are sick, the rain has stopped, the crops are withering, and there's a mob outside asking for Cole. He goes out and tries to calm them, saying all of the things he's done for him and that he will save them. But the mob just gets worse at this, and one shoots him. He'd be dead if it weren't for his grav suit. And that gives him an idea on how to save all of the people. The only issue is, it might not go as planned. So that's the first half of the story. In this one, the Master steps back a bit, letting Cole have the spotlight for the whole story. I really like Cole as the lead. We follow his journey to try and do some good, something that just goes completely wrong. Later on, Cole actually does kind of save them all, by creating more isolation suits for the population. But sadly they go completely wrong due to him adding emotional dampeners, turning them into Cybermen-like creatures called the Retribution. Overall, it's my favourite audio so far. Jacoby's performance as the War Master is just as good as ever, and Johnny Green as Cole is incredible, putting on one of the best performances I've ever heard. I really like the contrast between the two. The Master's vineyard is thriving in the temporal decay, whereas the farm Cole is helping out on is dying. The man hell-bent on destruction is creating life, nurturing it, whereas the man hell-bent on saving life is just destroying it. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video as much as I did making it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my YouTube channel down below. I'll leave any links in the description, and the last part will be next week, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching.